Welcome back to the channel, everybody. And yes, after 2 episodes on Water Valley, we have decided to switch it up. I now actually have a goal of where I want to be with that, but we are starting over on Forest River, North Dakota by OS Farms. We're going to work back up to where we were at Water Valley, but we're actually starting this in farm manager mode, so we're starting with the starting farm. Oops. I tried to slow down and I hit the wrong button. I knew that was a rough crossing. We are starting with the starting farm here, but we are going to change up our equipment and go start out old school and work our way up, and we'll show you how we're going to do that here. Gonna jump out. So this right now, oh my gosh, I don't know what button I'm hitting here on the bottom of my controller. Alright, turn off the pickup, get out. So this is our truck right now, our 1970s Chevy C30 with a flatbed on it to haul all of our grain and stuff around. And we're on the starting farm here, right smack dab in the middle of the map, just off of the town. But what we're going to do, because we're going to start with 70s style equipment, let's see, field 36 is 14 acres, field 34 is 3 acres. So 34, what did it say? 34 is 3 acres, and 38 is 1.8. So there's 5 acres there. If I go down here and look, field 61 is 3 acres. Field 60 is about 4.5. And farmland 44 is about 7. So, what I want to do then is, let's see, 3.3 plus 1.8 is 5.1. So those two together are 5.1, and that one's 4.23, and that one's 7.75. .23 plus 1.81 is 6.04. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to sell 34 up there. I'm going to sell 61 down here. And then what we'll do is we'll match 38 with 60 and have a little over 6.4 acres. And then we'll have that one at 7.75. We're going to sell this 40-acre field over there because we're going to use older equipment, so we're not quite ready for that big of a field. Then we have 36 over here, that's 14 acres. And we have 37 here, that's 5.78. Hold up, I gotta do my math again. 36 is 14.26. So that means that 38 at 1.81 and 37 at 5.78 and that one at 7.75 would be 15.34. So if I buy that one and sell that one, then what we basically have is 36 will be close to the same as the other 3 fields combined. So now we're at $258,000. But we're going to go back here. So all of this equipment, that's older equipment, even we might keep this John Deere 960. It's a cultivator. It's only 4-meter working width. So we might keep that. I think that's a little bit newer, but the spreader, the Great Plains Cedar is too new. Obviously the Puma is too new. The planter, the header, the grain cart, the combine, the Kubota, the Challenger, the Magnum, and the other planter. All of that stuff is too new for what we want to do. The only thing I think we're going to keep is the Transtar back here. I don't know why it says Riverbend Springs on it, but hey, we're going to keep the Transtar and the Load King. The Load King might be a little bit newer than what we're trying to do, but Transtar is not. So we're going to keep that. So now we go in here, and we're going to get rid of our Terraflex, and we're going to get rid of our 4408. Get rid of our Farm Haul, get rid of our Magnum, get rid of our Challenger, get rid of our Demco, get rid of our Great Plains, get rid of our International pickup, keep the Transtar, keep the 980, get rid of the Blue Drive and the Kubota. Oh, and get rid of the fertilizer spreader. So now all we have is the pickup, the cultivator, and the semi. We now have $1.4 million, and that's what we're going to start with. So we have, if we go back here, probably going to have to plow this field over. Yes, that is currently sugar beets, and I am not going to waste my time on that. So if we go back here in the back, we actually have another Quonset hut and more bins back here. So we own all of this back here. And actually, let me go into the map here to show you guys. Let me get off of the farmland. So we own all of this back here too. So maybe eventually we can use this second driveway here that kind of connects to all these fields back here. We're going to park a lot of the equipment back here, but we also have a cattle pasture here that we are going to use. So, and then I just got to figure out how we get to field 36 there. I might have to cut some trees out and make a path. There goes the train. So we own all of this back here. So there was so that dirt path that came off that other farm just connects to this field here. But then we have all of this back here, and we have another house with 3 more green bins and another Quonset hut back here. So all of this belongs to us. So we're going to put a bulk of the equipment back here. But so what we're going to do first here, let's go and look. There is nothing on field 36. There is nothing on field 38. We know 37 has sugar beets. 44 has nothing on it. So that's going to be actually perfect. So we're going to start buying equipment. And I think what I'll do is I'll just jump back to the pickup here. We'll go ahead and we're going to go ahead and place our store deliveries down right here. But still not working. I don't know. I have some sort of a mod conflict, and I don't know what it is, but store deliveries hasn't been working, but that's fine. We're right here next to the dealership, so we have $1.4 million. Actually, what I want to do first, I'm going to go over here and look and see. Cheat for a second here. Don't mind me. So we also have another shed, another Quonset hut, and another little house back here. But I wanted to see on this cattle pasture if it would tell me actually how many cows it holds, and I cannot find the trigger to save my life. Where is the trigger point for this pasture? It says the trigger point's right here, but I'm not seeing anything. It's not telling me. And if I go into my animals, there's no animals in this husbandry. I just want to know how many it holds, but it's not telling me. So anyway, I digress. We are going to go buy our first tractor, and this is going to be, we're going to start 70s era, 180 horsepower. Not going to have enough for that. So we are going to go, our main workhorse to begin with is going to be a Ford 9600. Just like that, at 150 horsepower. We are going to buy that. I'm going to go look. I'm sure that that cultivator only needs 110. So we're going to go jump in this tractor and get it back to the farm and get him started plowing up that field of sugar beets, and then we're going to figure out how we're going to set up the rest of this. Alright folks, we've made it back. So I did use the map editor. I did clear out some of the trees in here. We may need to use the delete objects in our enhanced tools mod, but I also used the map editor to go ahead and get rid of the fence for the cattle pasture. So I think we're just going to make a path that goes along this side to that field, and then we will build our pasture around that. I also deleted one house over here so that we could put a house with a sleep trigger over here. So I got to figure out which one I want to use. I guess I didn't load any in, so I got to use one of the base game ones here. I think this one's going to be too big. Actually, no. That actually... we might just... I know it's a little bit much, but I think we might actually jump down here. Correct? He's still going. We might just jump over there in the pickup. And go delete a couple of trees there to give us a little bit more room to put this house down. So it's not this first driveway. It is this second driveway right here. Jump out, go to my F12 menu, turn on my delete objects, and we're going to get rid of a couple of these trees here along this edge. And maybe a couple along the back here too. And then I think those there are fine. Or that one over there is fine. We're going to get rid of a couple more of these spruces over here. There we go. Now, if I get out of the way, I think this one here, actually, you know what? We're just going to go ahead and get rid of it. We're going to go ahead and get rid of this Tilia, whatever that said. Now let's get our character out of the way. Let's go back in here. And now I should be able to drop that right here and have it line up with that driveway. Let's put it back where the driveway ends. There we go. There we go. And it looks like I might need to do a little bit of softening around the edges here, so let's take care of that. So there, now we have our house down. And I have a sleep trigger over here on this side, and a wardrobe trigger there, and a spot to park the pickup. there's no windows on the front of the porch right there. Maybe that's just a storage area, I don't know. Oh, we're gonna go ahead and park the pickup there. Got a little bit close to the trash can, but we'll be alright. Now we're gonna run over here to the McCormick, and we are going to make our path through the trees right here. Go on here and make sure I allow my create fields. And I'll show you how we're going to do this. So we're going to go right in here. I'm going to zoom out a little ways so I can see where I'm going. I might have to delete a couple more trees up in here, because it looks like it gets a little bit narrow. But we'll see. Alright, so we're going to drop our cultivator down right here, and we're just going to make a dirt path right here through these trees. And it, of course, it's not going to get rid of any of that underbrush. So I'm going to have to figure that out. I might have to come through here with a bush hog and mow those down. I didn't think about that. Actually, you know what? I got a way I can get rid of that. We'll just go park this up here, and then we can bring him back the other way. And we will go into the construction menu here, and we'll just paint down a strip of grass. We'll just paint down a strip of grass right through the middle, just like that. And that'll give us a path to follow, and then we're going to have to get rid of these trees here on this side. But that's fine. So now, I can turn around. Actually, you know what? Let me go ahead and paint my grass texture over the top of that too, so that we have it. There we go. Now we have what we want. Now, I don't think we're going to get our cows right away, because I would have, unless I go back, I might go back and buy one of those smaller fields after I have all my equipment purchased. I might actually go back and buy one of those smaller fields that we sold to make it a hay field, so we can start off with some cows right away, but we're going to have to build a new pasture for that too. So now we're just going to pull this bad boy through here with our McCormick. I might come back through and overlap another smaller swath with it. I think this cultivator is a little bit smaller than the one I've used to do this before, so. But the goal is to then come back and just basically put a small grass path down the middle to make it look like just like you've naturally driven over it over time and created just a little natural path through here. So we'll get this all done. This is actually working out really well because I don't have any crops in the field, so I can kind of actually for once take my time getting the field set up, or the farm set up, and I don't have to sit here and worry about harvesting right away. So I think we're going to go back and buy one of those smaller fields across the way and turn it into a hay field so we can get cows down right away and get that started. And I got rid of this other trailer house over here, so then I have a spot to put down silos for my cow feed. So That was kind of the plan there. So I can come through here and see now, because I'm getting the base of where those bushes are with my cultivator, because these are smaller, it's actually getting rid of them for me. So that'll work. We're going to go all the way to this little spot here where, you see, and that's perfect. I can put 2 silos right there. And then I can still use, I have a couple of fenceless pastures and a buildable feedlot mod that I can use to put that back right there. So we will do that as well. But now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back here, and I'm basically just going to overlap this partially just to make this a hair wider. Yeah. To make this just a hair wider, and then we'll come back and we'll drag one spot of grass down the middle of it, and we'll have made us a natural path. And then probably do it off screen, but we'll go and do that to connect the other fields together. And then I think this tractor only has 30 horsepower, maybe. Well, no, it's a drawbar tractor. I don't have a 3-point on it, so I can't find me a bush hog to put on the back of this. So this might then just go back in the back of the Quonset hut as our show tractor that we take, that we can say we restored Grandpa's old tractor. I don't do a lot of role play. I've tried it and I just can't get into it, so I just do this where, hey, we're just gonna play through the years. Not, I can't get into the, oh, we're taking over Grandpa's farm and, you know, all of that stuff. So, but we can pretend this is Grandpa's tractor that we restored, and we can just stick it in the back of the shed and go from there. I actually think I might put, I could almost bring the cattle pasture all the way around this and just put a couple gates here, but we'll see about that. Get a little bit wider than I want to be there, but that's fine. You don't, when you drive off-road, you don't drive perfectly on the same path every time, right? So we're going to go ahead and lift that. Turn off our field create. We're just going to go park him off to the side. We're going to go back into our construction menu now, and we're going to get our grass, and we're going to go on our smallest, no, we'll go up one, and we're just going to drive, put a trail of long grass right through the middle here. It's not going to look perfect, but that's all right. And now we have us our natural looking kind of messed that up because I'm not good at going straight. But now we kind of have us a natural path from the farmyard to this other one so that we don't have to go all the way out and around every single time we want to get in here. I think off screen I'm going to do a second path through here to connect these 2 fields. So that means we're going to finish this off, this nice long 30-minute episode, with buying our second tractor and our grain drill. So we're going to go here and find, we're going to go get us, I went past it. Where's it at? Where's it at? Where's that? There it is. We're going to go get us a, large frame. I think we're going to go with a 1370. We're going to go with a large frame 1370. Yeah, we're going to go with a large frame 1370. Put turf tires on it. Stock exhaust is fine. We'll add a CB. We'll put the front loader on it. But here is where we're going to use our... This is one thing I've been working on. So I've been trying to get my case power red color to match the correct. And you can see here I'm close, but not perfect. I'll need to make it a little bit darker. So I'm going to see if No. I'm gonna see if maybe... Which way do I need to move this to make this a little bit more red? I think that... Let's go with a 55 there. It's closer. Do I need to move this one? Let's go with a 75 and a 55. Oh, that's pretty darn close. But now we're a little bit more red than orange. So let's take this one back to where it was with 40. That's pretty darn close. It's still not perfect, but we're going to go with it. All right, so now we have our second tractor. And do I want to go? This one is from 1983. And it's 4 meters wide. Did I not select the other version? Yeah, I did. It's going to be down here. We have a 3.7 meter one over here. I think we're just going to go with this for now. Row markers. We'll put row markers on it. Why not? Pre-1976. With updated decals. Let's go. We'll go pre-76. Opener, add-ons, press wheels. Separate fertilizer placement. We'll do that. Wheel guards. No, I don't need wheel guards on it. Put equipment. Put a slow moving triangle on the back. I don't need a grass box. We'll add a fertilizer partition. We'll keep the rim color the same as it is. Go ahead and buy that. And while we're here, since we're gonna be at the shop, let's go ahead and get our seeds. I'll go ahead and get 2 of those. Now, unfortunately with the fertilizer, I can't buy it in bags. I can only buy it in a bulk pallet, but that's fine. We'll get that purchased and we can always go and move those back to the farm with our flatbed. So now, he's still going. We're just going to jump over here. Hook up to our drill here. Drop some seed in there. And some solid fertilizer in there, and we're going to head back to the farm and get our hay planted. And that's going to be enough for this episode. Well, we'll see where we go with this. We're going to try to go through the years, through the decades, and get all the way up to a modern time, big operation farm. I know we're going to do cows, obviously. I'm thinking about maybe adding pigs, but we'll see how that goes. But for now, I'm going to head back to the farm and get this hay built, and we will see you next time. Don't forget to like and subscribe to keep getting my content, and we'll see you in a few weeks for the next episode.